Hi there, bonjour. This is a message for our mums and dads who either are members here at the Academy or who are thinking of investing in our bilingual language programs. Now, what I wanted to share is that yesterday I did some coaching. I've stepped down from being in the classroom and the Academy or online about 3 years ago to be able to manage the growth of the company. But yesterday, a colleague of mine who was on holiday asked if I could look after her little linguists. And of course, I said yes. Now, what I observed was so wonderful that I wanted to share it with you today. So first of all, big praise to my colleague Laure for being such an amazing language coach for young children, because without her, they definitely could not have reached the level that they are at. But let me explain. So all the children yesterday were 8 or 9. I had 3 different groups. Now, the first thing that to me is truly fascinating is that I spoke English probably only about 5% of the time. I spoke French to these children constantly throughout the lesson. And you know what? Not once did they say to me, "But what does that mean, Natalie?" Not once. One of the keys to getting the children to become bilingual, to really embrace this idea of learning a foreign language, is to make sure that through the coaching methods and through the environment, they feel at ease, completely comfortable in an environment where mostly the language is unknown. Once we, as language professionals, have managed to do that, we can grab them and we can start to get the learning in their brain. But that is vital, and I think that's what we do extremely well, especially when I observed what was happening in my own lesson yesterday. The second thing is that, again, these children were only 8 and 9, and I covered a lot of things. We talked about school subjects, we talked about clothes, we talked about going out. But something that's really crucial when children follow structured bilingual programs is that we don't just stick to learning topics and long list of vocabulary by heart that they can be very proud to have absorbed, but that they don't really know what to do with and how to communicate with all this vocab. What I observed yesterday, which was truly heartwarming, is the fact that we talked about school subjects and the children could talk about their likes and dislikes, and then they could explain why. Why do they like science? Because it's very interesting. Why do they like sports school? Because it's very entertaining. They could say all of that to me. I made them listen to recordings of French children talking about school subjects, and they understood all of that. And then with another group, again, these children are only 8 years old. We talked about the near future, how to talk about the actions that we are going to do tonight or this weekend. And again, they were really fairly at ease with that. With another group, we also talked about command. How do you give someone orders? I couldn't believe how they were able. So obviously what I was showing them and talking to them about was very new. They had never seen any of that language structure before. But then we did an exercise on the board and they brought into that exercise tons of stuff that they have learned before. And that is also a challenging job for us. And that's where we need to be experts and we really need to know what we're doing. How do you work with the children in order that after 6 months or 6 years of lessons with you, they don't actually forget everything that they've done at the beginning. They're able to recycle the language that you have covered with them. That is another keys to success if you really want your children to do well in their current bilingual language programs. So that's all for me for today. I felt really compelled to share this because I was very excited to be with the children yesterday. I was very proud to see all they have learned and how much they have progressed since I've stepped out of the classroom. Thanks, Laure, once again. And I just thought that you as parents, whether your children are with us already or you are thinking about it, these are all the different elements that are absolutely vital to children growing up with a foreign language. You know, the level of exposure and making sure that they are at ease in an environment where, you know, the language is largely unknown, because the most comfortable they are, the more they'll want to play and communicate and absorb all the language that's around them, and making sure that the techniques are done in a way that when they start to cover, verb tenses or bits of grammar, it's very natural to them. You know, they want to learn, but because they have been learning the language for a while, everything falls into place and everything is fairly natural to them. And that after many weeks or months or years of following a bilingual language program, they have this capacity to recycle what they have learned. Hope that was useful to you. Truly passionate about this subject. If you want to know any more, reach out. Take care. Bye.